Good morning, students. So far, we are completed various lessons in 12th standard biology. Now, chapter 13 organisms and population. In this organisms and population, commensalism. So, various population interaction we are already studied, like parasitism, commensalism. Now, commensalism. What is meant by commensalism? Two species are involved in commensalism. One species get benefited, that is plus sign, and one species not get any benefit or not get any minus activities, negative activities, only neutral. So, two species. What is meant by population interaction? The two species are involved. An interaction between the two species in a population, in a community. In a community, various populations are present. For example, human population, cat population, dog population, mango tree population, grass population. So, various populations are in the community. Community means group of population. So, in a community, two species are involved. One species get benefited, then another species get negative interaction, mean that is parasitism. Now that is commensalism. In commensalism category, one species get benefited, another one species not get any benefit or not get any negative interaction, only neutral interaction. Okay, that is the commensalism. I give examples for commensalism. Commensalism, in your exams, what is meant by commensalism means the commensalism is nothing but it's a type of population interaction between two species. In this, one species get benefited, another one species get neutral interaction. The particular interaction between the two species is commensalism. Okay, in commensalism, I give some examples. An orchid plant epiphyte is grown on a mango tree branch. That is example for commensalism. An orchid is actually a monocotyledon plant. It is epiphyte. Epiphyte means the plants are growing on the other plants. The plants growing on the other plants means that is epiphyte. The plant or the animal growing on the other animal means that is epizoic. For example, one animal grows on the other surface of another animal, means that is epizoic. Some interaction is there. Here, epiphyte means one plant growing on the other plant. That is epiphyte. The orchid is actually epiphyte. It grows on the mango tree branch. So, mango tree is not get any benefit in this interaction. Mango tree is not get any negative interaction also, not get benefit, not get any negative interaction also. Only provide space for the orchids to grow. But orchids grow. Orchids get benefit from the mango tree because orchids it is on the mango tree and get some atmospheric gases and some water-like substances with the use of atmosphere. It contains some special root only for the present that the mango tree. The orchid grows on the mango tree. Okay, that is actually one interaction between the orchid plant, it is angiosperm, and it's the mango tree. In this interaction, the orchid plant get benefit, but mango tree not get any benefit, not get any negative interaction also. That is a neutral interaction. So, one organism get benefited and another one organism get neutral interaction, means the type of interaction, population interaction is nothing but commensalism. That is commensalism, not amensalism, commensalism. And another one example, barnacle on the back of the whale. Barnacle is nothing but is an arthropod. It is present only in the sea water. There is an arthropoda phylum. It is present at the back of the whale, the blue whale, we know. That is a mammal. It is the largest mammal in the world. In the blue whale of back of the blue whale, it present here barnacle. It is arthropods. In this interaction, the barnacle get benefit because some waste are released from the whale, the waste are eaten by the barnacle. But in this interaction, the whale does not get any benefit, not get any negative interaction also. The whale, it is actually neutral, and the barnacle get positive interaction. So one organism get positive interaction, another one organism get neutral interaction, means the interaction between the two organisms is commensalism. Okay, and then another one example, that cattle egret and the grazing cattle. Cattle egret is nothing but the bird, a small bird with a long leg. Is normally in our village we have seen that cattle and the bird nearby. That cattle and the bird is nothing but cattle egret. So normally cattle egret move along the cattle. During movement, the cattle flush and stir up the flesh, and the insects, normally grasshopper like insects, is stir up, and the particular cattle egret, the bird, it easily catch the insect. So in this interaction, cattle is not get any benefit, not get any negative interaction also. Cattle get negative interaction or no, only neutral interaction. But in cattle egret, the bird get positive interaction. So one organism get positive interaction, and another one organism, that cattle, is no negative and no positive, only neutral interaction. In this interaction is known as commensalism. It is another one example of commensalism. While moving through the cattle, the particular cattle egret get food. Otherwise, for identifying the prey or for identifying the insects, for the cattle egret is difficult. So easily along with the cattle, means while moving, cattle is stir up the particular insects. The insects are fly. Then the particular cattle egret bird is easily catch the prey. Okay, it is actually another one interaction, another one example for commensalism. Another an example, while moving, stir up and flush out the insects, and the cattle egret, the bird, easily get the insects. The next one is sea anemone and stinging tentacles and the clownfish. Sea anemone and the clownfish. Sea anemone is nothing but is actually Coelenterata category. It is under the invertebrates, that is non-chordate. And clownfish is actually a type of fish present in the vertebrates in chordates category. So clownfish, it is attached to the sea anemone, because sea anemone contains stinging tentacles which releases some acid-like structure, which is protecting against the clownfish predators. So particular the stinging tentacles of the sea anemone, it is stinging tentacle. The sea anemone not get any benefit from the fish. Fish get benefit from the protection from the other predators of fish. So fish get benefit, clownfish, and the sea anemone is not get any benefit, not get any negative interaction. That is only getting a neutral interaction. So one organism get benefit like fish. Another one organism like sea anemone not get any benefit, not get any neutral negative interaction, only neutral interaction. So there இருக்கிறனால இதுக்கு எதுவும் யூஸ் இல்ல, ஹார்மும் இல்ல. That is present. That is sea anemone and the clownfish is the example for commensalism. What is meant by commensalism? The two species are involved in the interaction. Two populations are involved in the interaction. In this one population get benefited, another one population get negative or positive illama, only neutral interaction. The one get positive interaction, one get neutral interaction, mean the interaction between the two population is commensalism. I give some examples in commensalism. Okay. So next one is mutualism. So next interaction between two population, that is mutualism. In mutualism interaction, population interaction, both the species get benefited. In last video, actually commensalism, like commensalism. In commensalism, one species get benefited, another species get neutral interaction. But in mutualism, both the species get benefited. Two species in the population interact with each other. Both the species get benefited, mean that type of interaction, a population interaction, is said to be a mutualism. So a very good example of mutualism is lichen. We know that is lichen is a symbiotic mutual relationship between algae and fungus. Algae and fungi. So in this mutualism category, algae prepare their food and prepare their own food with the use of chlorophyll, and food is given to the fungi. Then fungi absorb nutrients and water from the soil and given to algae. So algae gives something to the fungi and fungi give something to the algae. So each organism get benefited from one another. That type of interaction is known as mutualism. Okay, that is in this category, both the species get positive interaction. Both the species get mutual interaction. So in lichen normally present in mountain areas, in pollution free places. So lichen is otherwise known as pollution indicator. So only pollution free places only normally lichens are present. Only in mountain areas and not in the roadside area, inside the forest only normally lichens are present. In the tree trunk or in the rocks, say any places lichens are present. In lichen is actually two organisms are involved. What is algae and fungi? But it is not easily differentiate between algae and fungi because combined together to form a lichen. So in algae, part of the lichen is phycobiont and the fungal part of the lichen is mycobiont. So the phycobiont and the mycobiont combine together to form a lichen. It is actually a mutual relationship between the two organisms. Both organisms get benefited. And the next reaction, the next interaction is mycorrhizae. Mycorrhizae is nothing but myco means fungi, rhiza means roots. The fungi and the higher plants roots. The mutual relationship between fungus and the higher plants roots. What is meant by higher plants? Higher plants means normally plants category is divided into some category like algae, bryophytes, pteridophytes, gymnosperms and angiosperms. In this gymnosperms and angiosperms are higher plants, remaining are lower plants because the gymnosperms and angiosperms only seed bearing plants. Remaining are not produce flowers and not produce fruits and not produce seeds also. So the gymnosperms and angiosperms only the higher plants. In higher plants, fungi plus higher plants roots. For example, pine root, pinus plant, the gymnosperms, pine tree. The pine tree root contain one type of fungi. That fungi is mycorrhiza. The mycorrhiza, the fungi with the higher plants roots. The mycorrhiza absorb nutrients and given to the higher plants, and higher plants provide some food materials and shelter for the particular fungi. So both organisms get benefited. Fungi also get benefited from the higher plant root and the plants also get benefited from the fungi. So without the fungi interaction, without the mycorrhiza, even the pine tree seed is not germinated. The pine seed is germinated only the presence of mycorrhiza, that is fungi. So that is interaction is what? Mutualism. Example is mycorrhiza. And another important, fantastic mutualism between the two species is plants and animals. Normally we know the animals is a heterotroph, is a consumer dependent on plants for their food and oxygen. Plants give oxygen to the animals during photosynthesis, and plants get carbon dioxide from the animals because animals only releasing carbon dioxide during respiration. The carbon dioxide is important for the plants for photosynthesis. The plants releasing oxygen during photosynthesis. Oxygen is important for the animals for respiration. So plants and animals interacting. For plants need some pollinating agents, we know insects, other animals like bat, human, various animals used for pollination. So plants need pollinators. The pollinators mean that is animals. Various biotic pollinators are present. So animals also need plants for their food, for their energy production, for oxygen, for the cloud formation, because we need rain for water, for all the biological process. So rain is actually due to transpiration. The plants absorb water and extra water is released through the stomata. Then the transpiration occurs, and afterwards all the transpirated water is converted into cloud and forms the rain. So plants and animals interaction is a fantastic interaction, a correct example for the mutualism. So without both organisms get benefited, animals also get benefited from plants, and plants also get benefited from animals. So two organisms interact and survive. That is, interaction between the animals and plants are mutualism. This is an example. Then another example for mutualism is fig tree and the wasp. Fig is actually, we know that is Athipalam, we know in Tamil, fig, ficus tree, and wasp is nothing but type of insect, that is type of moth, like butterfly like insects. So we take Athipalam, that the fig fruits means, is fresh fruits means some insects are present inside the fruit. So how insects are enter into the fruits? During a young stage, the flowers are opened and insects for enter into the flowers getting nectars, and the pollination also taking place. For the benefit of pollination, the plant receives the egg of the particular insect in the lacule of ovary. Ovary lacules, the insects lay eggs. Then the ovary is converted into fruits after fertilization. The ovary slowly converted into fruits. At the same time, inside the insects also develop into larva and pupa. After development, the fruits inside the fruit, the insects are present. For pollination, and both organisms get benefited. The fig tree also get benefited because the wasp only pollinate the fig tree species of pollen grain. So fig also get benefited, that is pollination. Wasp also get benefited because the wasp young one is developed inside the fruits of fig. So both organisms get positive interaction. Fig also get benefited for the pollination, and wasp also get benefited for the getting and developing the young one, developing the egg. So both the species get benefited. Without the wasp, the fig is normally not show any pollination and species become endangered. And without fig, wasp also is not present in the atmosphere, because fig needs some food, that is honey, nectars. It getting from the particular fig flowers. Okay, then fig and wasp is the fig fruits for the laying eggs. So that is another one interaction between fig and the wasp. Fig is actually get positive interaction, and wasp also getting positive interaction. Okay, then another one example, that is Mediterranean orchids. The Mediterranean orchid is a type of plant to the female. Orchid actually we know that is a plant. It is a monocot which shows different flowers, different color, different style, different structured flowers. The petal also may be different. You may be a botanical garden in the Ooty, or maybe in any botanical garden during the flowering season. During the season means they produce different types of orchid plants with different type of flowers. So that is actually Mediterranean orchid is a type of orchid. The plant. Opris, it is actually it is a type of insect, and the orchid plant is produce some flowers. The flowers petal, one petal is normally contain 4 petal, means the one petal is looking like female bee, that is Opris, the female bee. So female bee, actually the male bee, imagine the female bee are present in the flower. So the male bee far attracted by the female bee and get pseudo copulate. Copulation means for the reproduction purpose, the male bee attracted by the female bee and the male bee move, and it's actually pseudo copulate, pseudo reproduction, pseudo copulation process. And for the copulation, it get pollen grains are attached to the male bee. Then the male bee move to the another flower, and the same flower also contain the one petal is like a female bee, looking like a female bee. Then the particular male bee is pollinate with a pseudo copulated another flower and dusting the particular pollen grain taken from the first flower into the second flower. So actually the male and female bee is actually female bee is not present. The one of the petal of the flower, it is looking like female bee. So the male bee is imagined that is actually a female bee. It's not actually a female bee. It is imagined it is actually a female bee and attract by the female bee and gets a pseudocopulate, and for the pseudocopulation it is transferring the pollen grain also. Okay. So the Mediterranean orchid Voparis sexual digit, that is one petal of uncanny resemblance. Uncanny means same without any differences. Okay, uncanny resemblance to the female bee in size. In size also it is same like male bee, same like female bee. The petal actually looking like female bee. The size of the petal also looking like a female bee, and the color and the marking also same like a female bee. For this, the male bee is attracted from the petal, that is a female bee, and pseudo copulates with the petal. It is and another species, it is actually transferred to the another plant, and same like a pseudo copulates and transfer the pollen grain to the female bee. Okay, this is actually one organism that is in the Mediterranean orchid get benefited, and another in the sex of the bee, the bumblebee, that is the Voparis bumblebee also get benefited because it is pseudo copulates. So bee also get benefited, and orchid plant also get, orchid plant for the pollination purpose it is benefited, and the bee also get benefited for the pseudo copulation process, it get benefited. So both the organisms in the interaction get benefited, mean the interaction is said to be a mutualism. The example is mutualism. Okay, I give some examples of mutualism category. In this category, two organisms get benefited. Okay, this is interaction, the population interaction is nothing but that is mutualism. Okay. Another one interaction, population interaction, is amensalism. In amensalism category, one organism gets negative interaction, another one organism gets neutral interaction. One organism no use. Actually, I give an example of another organism for the amensalism. In amensalism, it's nothing but is a type of population interaction. In this two species are involved, two populations are involved. In this one population get negative interaction and another one population get neutral interaction. The type of interaction between the two populations is amensalism. In amensalism category, I given for example. Now, actually, it is amensalism. Its title is present, but the points are not in your NCERT book. I give some extra ideas apart from the NCERT book. That is fungi. One fungi, that is Penicillium. We know Penicillium notatum and Penicillium chrysogenum. The fungi produce penicillin, that is antibiotic. And for the production of penicillin, the fungi is not get any benefit. Fungi is not getting any benefit and not get any other any negative interaction also. That is, fungi get negative or not positive. It is actually a neutral interaction for the production of penicillin. But for the penicillin, other microbes get affected. So bacteria. For the bacteria and penicillium and bacterium, that is actually two interactions. bacteria and penicillium. Penicillin is a fungi get negative interaction for the production of penicillin, but for the penicillin, the bacteria get affected. So bacteria get positive, bacteria get negative interaction. For example, microbes microbes get negative interaction, and penicillium fungi is actually neutral interaction for the production of penicillin. So one organism produce something for the production of something, some chemicals, it is no uses for the particular organism, that is neutral interaction. But for the chemical, for other organism get harm. Particular chemical means that is particular organism, and the particular organism get negative interaction. For example, all antibiotic producing bacteriums, for example, Streptococcus producing streptomycin bacterium, streptomycin antibiotic. For the production of antibiotic, Streptococcus not get any benefit. Streptococcus only get neutral interaction, but for the streptomycin, the other bacteria get harmed. So one organism get neutral interaction, another one organism get negative interaction. Means one organism is neutral, example penicillium, and another one organism like bacterium get negative interaction. Means type of interaction is said to be what? Amensalism. The one organism get negative interaction and another one organism get neutral interaction. Means that is amensalism. Amensalism is example for population interaction. In this population interaction, two organisms or two populations are involved. In this one population get negative interaction and another organism get neutral interaction. Means type of interaction is what? Amensalism. Okay, so the chapter 13 is over. The next one is biodiversity and conservation.